Welcome back here with us on Overdrive. The Honda Adventure Camp is a very exciting opportunity for adventure enthusiasts to sharpen their skills on motorcycles, and we sent our latest Overdrive member Sumesh Soman to check out this camp not only on the Honda Transalp but also the NX500.
Sun in my face, sweating to the brim, a little fatigued as well, but at the same time I have a here. Now why is that? Simple, because I have been invited by Honda for an adventure camp at Ambi Valley. Now I'll be riding two vehicles, the Transalp and this, the NX500. Now riding off-road always puts your mind and body to test. It takes you to places, throws you off of your comfort zone, but at the same time it shows you a picture of what you're capable of, where your skills are. But riding off-road gives you a thrilling experience which is unparalleled to anything else. Now, we started the day with two exercises. The first exercise was how to position your body according to the terrain. Now this includes V tackling, an incline and a decline, which was almost next to each other. That also shows that the chest actually comes up on top of the tank when you are climbing up. And similarly, when you're dropping on a decline, you have to shift the weight back. And with that, the braking also is adjusted. So when you're going up front, there are no brakes used. You have to gas it and you have to look up, not where the tire is, because if you keep looking at the tire, you're going to end up being in trouble. So this also translates to on-road and off-road, because whenever you are riding, you look where you want to go. You don't look at the tire.
The second exercise is braking. On off-road surfaces such as these, there is no traction, and the Transalp has the feature to switch off traction to get momentum on loose surfaces, which really helps. The rear brakes are used in a sporadic fashion to drop the anchors. And the body position, it keeps shifting. Your legs act as suspension for your body, and you have to keep shifting weight either to the front or to the back according to the terrain you are negotiating with.
Now, when we were let loose, there were two tracks. One track was done on the NX500, the other was done on the Transalp. The NX500 seemed to be a little more road-oriented with some off-road credentials, and that's how it behaved. The handlebar was a little more shorter when compared to the Transalp, and accordingly it also doesn't give as much confidence as the Transalp does. The Transalp, on the other hand, has wider handlebars, spoke wheels, two disc brakes up front, and the 21-inch wheel up front, it just cuts through anything that you throw at it. At the same time, the 19-inch wheel on the NX500, it does, robs you of the confidence. But then again, this is a proper off-road adventure bike that gives you all the confidence. The one thing that I like about the Transalp is that when you're sitting on it, you can make J-turns and it inspires confidence that you can handle the weight of the bike. And the same goes with NX500 as well, because it's also a lightweight bike.
The Honda Transalp is a very capable machine which actually makes adventure riding quite easy, which is the courtesy of a nice, wide and hefty handlebar which does not sway easily, and even the power from the engine, the throttle mapping, it is so smooth and refined. Even while standing up and riding, the handlebar position is such that you are in a comfortable spot. The suspension is on the supple side of things and soaks in all the bumps and undulations without breaking a sweat. The NX500, on the other hand, is a great option for newbies. It has a 19-inch wheel and it weighs less when compared to the Transalp. The handlebar is less wide and could have used some heft because the added weight helps while handling off-road terrain.
I would consider the NX500 for the starters who are just entering the world of adventure biking. But then, as you graduate, I think this makes a very good case for itself. The power is there, the throttle mapping is so good, and even the braking, that also, the tires, the knobby tires, they give so much confidence when you're riding on trails like this. But then again, off-roading, or for that matter, any skill, it does not come in just one day. You have to keep riding, you have to keep going back to these trails weekend after weekend, day after day, to perfect your entire skill. But not just that, you have to also train your body You have to take care of your body. You have to build up the strength as well, because it's not just the bike, it's the rider.
With that, it's a wrap on this week's edition of Overdrive. But before we wrap up, from the entire Overdrive team, here's wishing you all, as well as your family, a very happy Holi.